Happy, what's today? Wednesday, also
Wednesday.
known as day 3 of our very first virtual event, our Integrations Palooza. We're thrilled to have you all join us today for this session that's going to guide you towards direct booking success with our partner and very good friend, Ellie with Hudson Creative Studio. How are you, Ellie?
Hey guys, thanks for having me. Super excited.
Yeah, glad to have you. We have a really jam-packed session ahead. Just before that, just wanted to dive into, wanted to quickly go over a few key points to make sure that we get the most out of today's experience. So first off, to fully embrace Integrations Palooza, we've prepared a digital guidebook of that event just for you. And you could find that in the links tab on the bottom right of your screen or the bottom left that Mitch just graciously offered, along with some other fun, nifty resources that we'll be mentioning throughout today's session. You'll also see a few pops polling up. A few polls popping up. Sorry, guys. Like I said, it's day 3 throughout today's session. So we're super curious to learn more about you and how we can also tailor this session to best suit your needs. So first, we're wondering, what do you use for a direct booking website? Do you use Hostfully's out of the box, Wix/Square? WordPress? Did you build your own? Do you have an integrated direct booking site? So kind of just choose those. We'll give you a moment or two while I continue to chat. But then also, have you ever abandoned an online purchase due to poor quality website experience? And we've been there for sure. So I'll even answer that one. And then if you're currently a user of Hostfully, that'll be very, very helpful. Also, we've set up a questions tab. So take full advantage of that questions tab. Ask as many questions as you like. And it just brings out this fun interaction and bring your questions up live with Ellie here at Hudson Creative Studio. And then also make it a little bit more fun. We have emojis. So simply use the emojis reaction. Let us know what your thoughts are via a cartoon. So, and then quickly before diving into our exciting session with Ellie, just some things about Hostfully. So quick elevator pitch. Hostfully is here to fit your operation style. We have over 90 integrations that are available at your fingertips. Plus our digital guidebook is a game changer, especially when enhancing guest satisfaction and just reducing the need for back and forth communication with your guest. And you could check out some of these examples in the Palooza guidebook. Some fun news with Hostfully. There's a lot happening. We have just recently announced, finally, that we've received the elite partner status with Verbo, which is the highest level of partnership recognition possible. We've also proud to be a preferred plus partner with Airbnb and premier partner with Booking.com. We're also looking out for our user security. So if you are a Hostfully user, please remember to set up the new 2-factor authentication to keep your accounts secure on our software. And as some of you already know, for those of you that don't, Hostfully offers all users an out-of-the-box direct booking website. No offense, Ellie, because yours are a lot more informative and robust. So we're excited to jump in to that. And then lastly, just remind everyone about our weekly open office hours. So whether you need help with onboarding or you're looking to improve your setup as an onboarded customer, our onboarding and customer success team is here to assist you with those 2 different sessions. And if you are not a Hostfully user, we love the opportunity to show you the ropes with a one-on-one demo. Simply shoot me an email at frank@hostfully.com and we will get you set up with a one-on-one demo, either with myself or someone else on my team. But that's enough about Hostfully. That's enough about Frank. Let's get to the real reason why you are all here, and that is for Ellie with Hudson Creative. So just quick snapshot, Ellie has been merging creativity with technology for over 20 years. So based on our conversations, he has a strong background in computer science. He has skills and a creative vision to take any project from an idea into reality. And in 2021, Ellie used those skills to found and create Hudson Creative Studio. So Ellie, thank you again for joining us today. It's always great doing these with you. And I'll just have you take it away from here.
All right. Thank you, Frank. Thank you, Fed. Amazing. Hostfully team has been such an incredible partner from day one, and I cannot say enough good things about them. And building what we've built with the multi-layer integration for the customers has been a joy because the support team, the tech stack that's used in the back end are so strong and reliable that they just really empowered us to be able to do the best that we can. And we love being here and we love working with Hostfully clients. Let me kick off with a slide deck. I'm going to share my screen and share entire screen. There it is. That's not it. Okay, there it is. Right. I'm writing the slides here. So booking success, direct booking success. First, let me just say a couple of words about Hudson Creative Studio and sort of how we came to be. So my name is Ellie, and my background is in creative and technical communications. My passion is effectively communicating a message so that it's understood and received. And that my primary means of communicating that are visual and technology and information and animation, and all of that comes together incredibly well with the vacation rental space for vacation rental operators who are ready to take that next step and become their own brand. My background is over 11 years working as a creative director at a marketing and PR firm. We build award-winning brands, campaigns, websites, and just worked across a wide range of industries. And I'm extremely excited to have found vacation rental space because working with the meeting new clients, talking about everybody's background, passion, story, approach, everything's different, and it's been a fantastic journey. I'm just very thankful for that. What we do is, in a nutshell, we build direct booking websites. But what we really do, as I mentioned earlier, is do our best to communicate all the good things that are about your properties, about your approach, about the way you do business, so that your guests, return guests, new potential guests, homeowners really understand what you're about, and just kind of get a sense for what you stand for, and then move forward with the thing you want them to do. Book a property, have them manage your, have you manage their property, all the things that you are ready to help them with. We'll go back to Hudson Creative Studio over again a bit more, but let's just cover the main topics. This is the agenda. Direct bookings, name of the game, right? I'm sure everybody who's here already knows what and why, but it's maybe worth a refresher. An evolution of a vacation rental operator. It is an evolution, and everybody is in a different stage in their business journey, in their professional journey, and there's a lot of respect for that. It doesn't make sense for anyone who is not at the right step to take, a larger investment and a bigger step. So definitely important to know where everybody is in terms of their journey. Beyond design, what is, I toyed with this title for that bullet point. What's in a website, or is a website? What sets one website apart from another, and why does it matter to have a better website than just a website that could work? I'm going to take this hat off because it's making me a little bit warm. But the swag here is all New Orleans style. I'm based in New Orleans, and Hostfully team, and maybe some of you will be coming for the spring forum here in New Orleans in just a few weeks, and I'm excited about that. Small big things sums up our approach. Just a really passionate, laser-focused attention to details and how that translates to the final results for you and your business. And then it works if you work it. What does it mean to have a website, and what do you do with it once you have it? Direct bookings. Sure, direct bookings are fine, but we're doing okay on Airbnb. It's why do we need to bother with direct bookings? Airbnb has been our bread and butter for years. If it's not broken, what's there to fix? So definitely continue to use Airbnb, Verbo, Booking.com. They are, they create the industry largely. They create the space, and they are going to be there to promote your brand on your property and be there to bring you likely those first guests. But long term, year over year, what you want to do is not rely on Airbnb to have your business, because this is not a side gig for you. Most likely, this is your livelihood. Yeah, a lot of investment, a lot of effort and thought went into it. So to really own it, you have to kind of build that ship and steer it towards your own full control. Cultivate trust. When you're in a marketplace with thousands and millions of other properties, how do you stand out? You get a picture as good as it can be. Then you stuff those titles with amazing things. Brand new a pool, hot tub, etc. You really try to stand out in the marketplace, but it's not easy because it's really noisy out there. So having your own website where this is your portfolio, this is your inventory, you can really focus on what you're offering and shut out all of that noise. Grow your audience. That's a huge one. I often talk to clients who are not interested in sending email newsletters. But guess what? When you are ready to send your newsletters, it will be a little bit late to start and grow your audience. You want to start growing your audience before you need it. So having your own website, and of course Airbnb will hide the email addresses. That's another way they keep the control from you, separate you sort of from the means of production, if you will. So having your own website, knowing your customer, knowing your audience, making them feel understood and welcomed, nursing your audience is a big part of having your website. And of course, outshining the competition. You are now on, having full control of your brand is exciting, could be a little bit scary, but it's a lot of power and responsibility. If you do it right, and if you put a lot of effort, if you put the right amount of effort into it, you will do better than a lot of the people who are not paying as much attention to detail as you are. So here's how I see an evolution of a vacation rental operator. So we start with a co-host, maybe somebody who's only on Airbnb, maybe somebody who just talked to their friend who had that extra property and started to help them co-host in the property. Then maybe the number of properties grew a little bit, and you might even have built out a Wix website that links directly to those Airbnb properties. Now it feels like a real business, but not quite yet. Those are still fully in control of the OTAs, and it's not really your business. You're sort of an employee of theirs. Now, the next step from co-host is hospitality brand. Now you are, Dave's Mountain Rentals. Now somebody can look at the logo, look at the colors, recognize you, and set expectations and say, like, we're not just renting a cabin, we're renting Dave's cabin. And that's an important step. That's where you want to get. But there's a step beyond that, because ultimately, of course, people don't come to those cabins to watch TV or just get a comfortable bed. They come to a destination. They come to Smoky Mountains. They come to Cocoa Beach, Florida. They come to all these different places because they want to visit specific attractions. They want to have experiences outside of the house. So the next step, the big brain stage of that evolution is becoming a destination brand, representing that Cocoa Beach, representing those Smoky Mountains. And that means not just showing your properties, but also having engaging content that really helps, it doesn't just stuff keywords for the sake of SEO, but really helps your guests understand and get the most out of that trip to your destination. So is a website a website? Any website is good enough. Is a website, if it loads and the pictures look pretty good, is that all there is to it? So there's a lot more to websites. The effective visual communication goes beyond just saying the words. It's this multi-layer building of trust that you create that ultimately removes friction and enables your potential guest, your customer, to move forward with the action you want them to do, book your property. And as I mentioned, this is a multi-layer thing. The way people work, the way people's brains work, even if they don't realize it, is that people always try to predict whether the choice they're making right now is something they will be happy with in the future or they will regret in the future. And this sort of a sub-process is constantly running in the background of people's minds. And when they see something that they like, they're nudged towards the decision to move forward, to buy, to book. And if something doesn't look quite right, that's friction. And now they're kind of pulled back. And if you have enough of those, they'll just click away. So there is a lot of kind of under the surface user experience tactic and psychology that goes into understanding what will get in the way of your guests booking and what will actually relax and put them in the right frame of mind and make them feel like the choice they're making is a choice that they will not regret. And speaking of guests, a common term within the industry is user experience, UX. Something really important to point out here is when it comes to direct booking websites, user experience is no longer user experience. It is now guest experience. And typically vacation rental operators are fanatical about guest experience within their properties. You know, the way you fold the towels in the shape of cute animals, or the way that you put a little stamp in the corner of a toilet paper, of course, making sure that everything is clean and swept. That's guest experience in a traditional sense. But we are now in the era where vacation rentals is an e-commerce industry, as well as the hospitality industry. And when somebody comes to your website, they are not just looking on your Facebook page or looking it up on Google. They are now in your domain. It's something that you fully control. They are now enveloped by your brain, by your brand. And regardless of how much effort you put into it, they are going to get a sense for what you stand for. So if you haven't really considered the guest experience on your website, your guests will still get that experience. It will be experience that is under considered. Think of it as a digital foyer into your vacation rental property. So small, big things. These are the things that I like to think as attention to small details that add up and create something much bigger, create a full experience. I don't know if you guys can tell, I used AI to generate this image. It's a school of fish, smaller fish, and they all kind of come together and create a whale. Some of that, it's pretty impressive considering that AI generated for me. Some of the things are a little bit iffy. Some of the fish over here look like ghosts. But overall, the concept is that every little thing that demonstrates your care and attention to detail will be appreciated consciously or subconsciously. These are the things that will nudge your guest towards the purchase, towards booking, or make them just think twice and consider your competition, consider just going with something else. So with that, I'd like to share my screen. I'm going to share my screen. I'd like to go to a browser and do a little bit of a demo just to show you guys a few of the things that we're doing. One big thing I want to use this time to introduce is officially, this is a going away party for the Hostfully widget. If you guys have used any integrated direct booking website for Hostfully, you of course are familiar with this widget. Hostfully makes it so easy to pop a widget into a page, and you don't even need a full integration. You can just take that code, build out the page, pop the widget in there, and you're pretty much good to go. That's fantastic. That's such a great experience. Now, 2+ years later, since we started working on integration, we felt that there's more opportunity for us to create a fully custom, intentional experience for the guests, and more control and more value for our customers. So as of literally today, we're kind of in the middle of converting all of the websites we built for our customers into this new version. This widget is now a thing of the past. And what we're going to be working with now is here's that same page with our own very custom widget. So when you're looking at a website, you will no longer be able to say, oh yeah, that's a Hostfully website. That's I recognize that widget. Even though within the previous widget, we've done some cool things. We changed the way the pricing is shown. We changed the way the price breakdown is presented. But the big thing here is our own widget on a fully custom integrated website. That means that we can do things like availability calendar that pops out nice and big, very much in the vein of Airbnb. And optionally, we juxtapose nightly rates. See if I can maybe zoom a little bit, just to give everybody a little bit of a better look. It's fully mobile. It's draggable by the finger if you're on mobile. You click, and you have all of the information about what dates are available for that property. And once everything is picked, we'll calculate the price. We'll show the price before tax, and we have a separate modal that breaks down all of the fees, etc. Another small big thing is the presence of a discount code. Normally with Hostfully widgets, if the property has a discount code available for it, there will be a field for it. That's how it works. I don't know about you guys, but when I shop and I see a field for a discount code and I don't have a discount code, I feel really salty. Like I will spend disproportionate amount of time Googling and clicking all kinds of spammy links just to get that like $5 off. And if I don't get that, I feel like I have a serious negative experience when I am in that position. And that negative experience is exactly what I was talking about. That is what's going to create friction and prevent your guests from booking. So what we've done instead is we created this question, like I have a coupon or code. Everything here is fully renameable. When you click on that, there's your field. And we also are showing this regardless of whether the property has a discount code or not. That means that there will not be a situation where they will see this widget, will not see this option, and therefore, as far as they're concerned, that option is just always available. If you have a code, you enter the code. If you don't, you don't. Psychologically, it creates a much more, much smoother experience for your guests. So they're not hung up searching for codes or thinking about how they're going to get a code, knowing that they could have saved those few dollars. Because if you notice the difference between the Hostfully widget and the widget that we presented, we are not collecting the guest information within the widget. We don't take the email address. We don't take the name in the widget. So what do we do? How do we control this? I mean, what about all this information that we really care about? Because of that, we now have another new page on the website. When it's clicked into, right there locally on the website, we have guest details. And here we have a slew of things we collect about the guest. Of course, the name, of course, the email address, but also phone number required, absolutely. Optionally, collect their mailing address. This was important for some of our clients who needed the mailing address for the guest for the purposes of insurance. So instead of them having to reach out and ask for mailing address, we're able to collect it right there on the site. But wait, there's more. We grab the cancellation policy for the property right from Hostfully, bring it in through API, and show it on this page. And if there are house rules, they'll show up here as well. And then we create this the screen that basically asks the guest to fill out all the questions, fill out all the fields, and then check this box indicating that they are accepting the rules and conditions. When everything's filled out, they are now sent to Hostfully for the rest of the process. I know I'm kind of up against time a little bit. I want to make sure I just leave some time for questions, but maybe just a couple more things I want to show you guys. Experimenting with AI features, so hot right now. Everybody wants to know how do we use AI features. Our Hostfully integration is multi-tier. We don't just grab property information, which we do really well. We also grab reviews, and we have this unique connection with Hostfully guidebooks, which allows that next step in the evolution of vacation rental operator becoming destination guide. So here's an example. I just want to really quickly show you an example of a Hostfully guidebooks integration live on a customer website. All of this data comes straight from your Hostfully guidebooks. The recommendation data just sits dormant most of the time until you send the guidebook to your guest. That's a crime. I mean, you put so much thought and work into creating all of those recommendations. We bring them in through API, so no extra steps are required. We keep it up to date, and we send up this engaging page for showing the recommendations by category, searchable as well. And the big thing here is that each recommendation, by its nature, because it has the long description, will have its own dedicated page. That's an extra page for your website sitemap and an extra opportunity to add more content to it. Of course, you would have to use the long description within the Hostfully guidebooks, which unfortunately quite often is not utilized. The reviews that we show come from Hostfully directly, allow us to stand up this fully on-brand custom unique reviews widget. with the big deal here being that each review mentions the property for which it was left. So somebody reads a great review and they want to have that experience, they're not left wondering. They can just click on that property and go right on with the booking. And this is an option. This is a feature we're piloting. I'm stealing it straight from Amazon, is the kind of a summary based on the reviews for the property that succinctly puts all of the main key things that guests mentioned in the reviews, which is incredibly powerful because
I love that. That's cool, Ollie.
That's a guest-generated content, so it's not just your marketing copy. People at this point trust AI to do its thing. AI does a good job summarizing text, for sure. Everybody knows that. So that's what we did. We fed dozens and dozens of reviews for this property to AI, and it spit out this summary with the list of most important call-out things. And that we show that right at the top of the page, and that, again, creates this frictionless, respected, easy to follow through process to just, okay, that looks great. Let's go ahead and book.
Now, Ellie, could you import reviews from Airbnb and Vrbo onto your website?
Not directly at this time, but there are a few ways that we can bring reviews in, specifically for Hostfully. Reviews can be added manually just by clicking new. And so copy and paste or grab a VA, grab a virtual assistant, teach them how to do it and have them copy and paste. That could be very straightforward. RevViews integration does this really well most of the time. And then, of course, your direct booking reviews that are left directly in Hostfully will also be a part of these reviews. But we can go beyond that and have a spreadsheet that maybe you source out of somewhere, and then we can populate that as well.
Awesome.
Okay. I am going to roll through. It works if you work it. Important thing to know, of course, a website is a really important part of the beginning of your direct booking journey. The website in itself is not going to bring you that direct booking success. This is a kind of a 5-finger marketing strategy that has to be in place for things to work. Website is the beginning and the end and the beginning of the process. You need to have an SEO strategy. You need to nurse that mailing list and send them email newsletters, social media marketing, content marketing, and then buying ads. These are all key things. And when we work with our clients, we always talk about that and offer opportunities and kind of guidance in how to do this the best way. Our clients love us. It's a passion of mine to do great work to understand people's challenges, people's problems, and come up with solutions. So we pride ourselves in having just the happiest group of customers, clients, and we love every one of those.
A lot of familiar names.
Just a really quick look at what the process of working with us is. Reach out, let's hop on a discovery call, understand kind of where you are in this evolution, what you're really looking for, because we can serve a few different places within the journey. Then we kind of understand what you're looking for, agree on that, have some documents that we sign. Then we work for 2-3 weeks. We work on developing the staging site for your new website based on everything we've learned. We, of course, work with the integrations and get all of the API keys, configure everything based on what we discussed. Feedback and revisions is a cyclical phase. This is an important phase because listening to our customers is the biggest thing. You guys know your business best. So we can't just assume that we know what's going to work for you. We're going to get started, but you're part of the conversation. You're an important part of the piece. So we get to this collaborative phase where you give us feedback, we implement the feedback, kick it back to you, and we kind of go back and forth pretty much unlimited number of times until everything looks just right, and then we'll launch and your website is up and running. Okay, I am going to stop sharing, and I'm out of time. So that was my big plan to leave time for questions.
Yeah,
Ellie,
that was awesome, Ellie.
A quick question for Miguel. I see here about language. How do you? What's your approach on creating a multilingual website?
Great question. Whoever asked that. So we of course, as a WordPress, we build WordPress websites, and there are lots of tools there that can help you develop, get a non-English version of the website. But what we do particularly, what we found really important is Hostfully has this great feature where you can prepare non-English versions of your descriptions for every property. So say, it gets pushed out to Airbnb.fr or Airbnb.ar, different languages. So you have your native manually prepared translations and versions for every field, like descriptions, etc. We've developed part of our integration that will tap into and through API, not automatically translate those descriptions, but actually grab the native non-English version of those and show it to your guest when the website is translated. We're really proud of that one.
Oh, beautiful. Good. Well, I see. Yeah. So another question was, after you build the website, will I have full access and training to make my updates myself? And that's something that you kind of touched on with the how you work. Like, it's very cyclical, and you work with them on any updates.
But
Yeah,
after the website is
we
launched,
have Mark.
Go for it.
We have Mark asking about price.
Of course. Big question. The cost is super important. We start at $4,500 for the project fee. So we have two things. There's a monthly fee and there is a project fee. Project fee basically is going to commensurate with how involved and how nuanced the website is from the creative standpoint, from just how much content it will have and what is the functionality. As a website, it can be absolutely anything you need it to be. It doesn't need to be a one-trick pony. It could be a million-trick pony. Websites these days can do a lot, and we are there to help you do that. Now, so we start at $4,500. We range, maybe the most expensive website we build is, I think, maybe $10,000. Most of our customers, I'll tell you, are between $6,000 and $7,000 for the website build out. We do offer a quarter, 25% every 30 days spread against 4 months. We offer that kind of payment plan. And then we have a monthly fee that is $130 for the full integration plus $3 per property, which sets us apart from maybe some of the other options. Our integration is run as a software as a service. We're extremely proud of it. We work on it nonstop all the time to make sure that A, it's completely sound, it's waterproof, and it delivers everything it's supposed to deliver. But B, that the booking process that it offers to your guests is on par with what they get on Airbnb, because the bar is set high and really cannot undershoot it. So we are working tirelessly on always making sure that we're on the forefront of the guest experience when it comes to direct booking. So 3 per property and plus 130. That scales. Somebody gets to a large number of properties will reduce the price, etc. So it fits. It works well with different size clients that way.
That's awesome. It's good seeing your name here, Mark. Fantastic. So we did run out of time, but that always happens when you get us on the call with Ellie. He has a wealth of information and such great takeaways. So for those of you who are listening who are just overwhelmed with all the information, don't you fret. We will send out an email after this webinar with a link to the recording. Also, Ellie will be reaching out to you directly. Feel free to book a time with him. Like I said, he knows a lot about this stuff, and he'll guide you and give you some great tips. So thank you all so much for joining. We can't wait to see you at more sessions throughout this week. Ellie, you're awesome. I can't wait to see you this time next month, counting down the days. So thank you, everyone, and we will see you soon.
Thank you all.
Now our stuff down. I had to happen once. Knock my headphones out. Thanks again, guys.